It's time for more Alliance War. Season 45, War 4, for Loki is facing Legion. In this particular war, these guys did not ban my all-time favorite champ, which means it's time for Miguel. And you can't take Miguel to war without making sure that he has the proper support in his undercarriage, aka the jock strap. Finally, because we're doing an all-block attack team, we're going to be bringing in Valkyrie and doing some boss action. All right, let's get into the fights. We'll start off on path 8A. First up, there's a Thing. Valkyrie obviously is a hard counter to Thing, and so we are going to try and speed this fight up as much as humanly possible because there's absolutely nothing to talk about when it comes to this fight. I have nothing smart to say. I have no insight to provide. If you understand why Valkyrie is a good counter, then you know why there's nothing to say. If you don't understand why Valkyrie is a good counter, I don't know why you're watching this channel. This is a channel for me to make fun of myself for bad play. And this is a nearly impossible fight to have a bad play with when you're using Valkyrie. So it's you know, good for my self-confidence. All right. Let's move on to the next fight. Here we have a Wiccan. He's a tactic defender, obviously. Miguel always has problems with Wiccan. He's annoying. I'm going to take a little bit of what I'll call chip damage or incidental damage because he does put on an incinerate against me at some point in time in this fight. But yeah, there it is. It takes away a little bit of my health. And here's a neutralize on me. I don't gain any buffs, so that isn't a problem. But I do, it's just potions, right? So let's move on to path 9B. This is the hazard shift shock bleed path. And first up we have a Nova, and of course I'm going to be using Miguel. And this Nova was a little annoying. I kept trying to dash in and hit block, and instead I would get intercepts. Like right there. A couple times I parried myself, like you saw. Otherwise, this is a very easy Miguel fight. If the AI cooperates, it's not something that really gives me a lot of pause. I just really didn't like the AI in this particular fight, but that happens sometimes. But you can just see he's not holding block when he backs up. He's just backing up and standing there and then parrying me if I go in, or I go in and I hit him. So it's very strange. That might have been countered if I, whiffed an attack before I rushed in, but who knows. All right, next up we have this Mystic Spidey. Mystic Spidey is really tough to fight if you're using a buff immune. If you're using a champion that, is not buff immune, but Miguel is. And so we're just going to hit this dude's block a bunch and let the ruptures do the work. Again, nothing really revelatory or amazing about this particular fight. Just a relatively common placement and a plan that's executed all right because they did not ban Miguel. God bless him. All right, next up we have a mini. I haven't taken many minis this season, and I got this Wong here. Now, Wong does present some challenges for Miguel in that if he has spells active when you throw a special 2, the Wither will cancel the spell. However, that does not happen to the initial Wither that's placed from the synergy with Anti-Venom. So in this fight here, I open up by getting punched in the face a couple times, but it gets me up to a special 2 really quickly. I'm able to throw it and get a second Wither on this guy because he didn't have any specials active at the time. So now it's about just keeping him under 2 bars of power so he doesn't have the unblockable special 2 and just punishing the special ones when he throws them. Here he's in death range from a combo into a striker, into another combo, into a special 2, and that finishes the fight quite effectively. All right, finally here we have the Ascended Rank 5 Jessica Jones. We'll be using Valkyrie. Valkyrie's obviously a great counter to this fight for the same reason that she's a great counter to Thing. Her pierces ignore the Unstoppable, which is the major danger point with Jessica Jones. But it's not the only danger point. And this fight actually goes pretty off the rails here coming up. And let's see what happens. So, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do a full combo, and I'm going to push her above a bar power. And she's going to throw a special one. And I misdex that last part of the special one, take it on block, and just look at the Incinerate chewing through my health. That's like 3,300 health a tick. And she gets me all the way down to 13% just from taking the last part of that special one on block. Obviously her special one has an RNG component to it because, each one is going to put a different effect on you. I think there's 5 or 6 possible effects, so only one of them is the Incinerate. But dear Lord in heaven, that was the tiniest of play mistakes in terms of just not getting that last dex on the last hit of the special one, and it went through 80% of my health. And I didn't even get hit. It's crazy. Fortunately, I am a hit block specialist at this point in time in my MCOC career, so I'm real good at hitting characters in block. Valkyrie, Miguel, they do that, in spades. And so the rest of this fight is going to go pretty smoothly. I'm going to pull this thing back from the abyss. It was a butt clincher in the strictest sense of the term. I did change my drawers after this fight. But, 6 fights, 6 solos. 4 Loki lost this war. Unfortunately, my taping of my SSX fight, something happened. SSX beat XK9. 4 Loki loses to Legion. See you in the next life chat.